So guess what? My date today got rain checked also. Good morning. I thought we'd do a what I ate in a day / like daily vlog. It's Thursday, July 25th. I have to go onto campus. I've got to do other things. It's already like 7:20. So I'm gonna probably be using the big cup because my coffee maker was set for 6:30. Gotta love the morning coffee. Yeah, I did actually weigh myself today, and as you can see here, it is 185.6, which is, God, about 0.8 pounds down from the last time I told y'all my weight. My weight does seem to fluctuate a lot. I think I hold a lot of water weight, and right now I know I am also still a little swollen, I think, because like I have started running, which has been okay. The big thing with that is like just sore, so my muscles just are like holding on to everything. I do like almost every day eating a calorie deficit. There's usually one day a week that maybe I'll hit like what would be my not, like if I'm just trying to maintain my weight. But in some ways I think this has been a pretty good like slow weight loss, although it has required a lot of activity, and I'm still getting used to like eating at a calorie deficit, and I just need to eat more food with volume. No, I can, I just forget to pick it up at the grocery store, which like sometimes I'm like, I just don't want to eat XYZ, and yeah, that does not help either. My breakfast is ready to go. As y'all have seen, I already have my coffee. I'm just gonna eat my apple cinnamon oatmeal and bananas, and as you can see, here's the calories for this whole breakfast, as well as I am adding a Crystal Light just so I can drink a lot of water, at least to begin with, because I do feel somewhat dehydrated, and I felt like Crystal Light just felt right to like this morning to get me to just like chug the water down. And now I'm off to campus. I think I'm gonna at least walk this part because I've got a date tonight, so I don't want to be sweaty later on. And of course I'll shower before the date, but you get what I mean. Yeah, made my lunch, finished off that water, so that was also good, and took out my trash. I know I didn't show any of it, but like, y'all will see my lunch later. So fun thing, they keep on reminding everybody not to tailgate or even set up the tailgate until August, but they've already got everything set up for the games. It'll be interesting. I always avoid leaving campus, or I leave campus early and just don't come back on game days, because the parking situation is an absolute nightmare to try to get back into my apartment complex. And got one more year of it, one more football season of it. I have made it most of the way to like my office. I'm already on campus, past the library, all that fun jazz. I stopped at the library mostly to use the restroom and grab more water, because I've already drunk 32 ounces of water, and also I only had one like pot of coffee today, which I'm pretty proud of myself. I really should cut down on my caffeine intake, but I'm pretty bad about it, honestly. I don't know. I'm right now just thinking about all the things I need to do. But can we just acknowledge how actually kind of like pretty campus is right now? Yeah. My lunch was pretty typical. It was the peanut butter sandwich with whole wheat bread and apple butter, all delicious. And then I also ended up having some blueberries and carrots because I have that in my apartment. And hear that crunch? Oh yeah, that was good. Just me frantically typing away. I couldn't get a good angle, but one shift I got work done. I also had a little writing buddy with me, this little unicorn one of my friends got me a couple years back that I keep with me. My lazy sweat outfit today. I'm about to go walk around a bit and then go home and do more writing, because I have ideas, which it's all stuff I've written out before, but I'm like, yes, I can rewrite all of this again because it's for my dissertation. So guess what? my date today got rain checked also. Granted, this one, the guy was like, can we do something on the weekend? So I gave him like the thing of like, yeah, we'll go on Sunday. I also don't know if we're going to go to the same place or what the plan is. If it's going to remain the same, just a different day. 2 for 2. So that is super fun. And so as a consolation, I'm going to go walk and get myself some boba. I have not had boba in like probably. I thought for a hot second I saw somebody I knew and I was like, oh shoot, is that this person? We're gonna have to go talk with them. It wasn't. Yeah, I haven't had boba, God, probably in a year. So we're gonna go do that. And like I said, probably get home, write more, just walking all around campus with my backpack, so that adds extra weight. It's gonna be a day, but it allows me to get more of my chores done, which I have been trying to get done. So I've got, it was passion fruit tea, and it's got tapioca and like 50% sugar. It's pretty good. It'll be nice to drink while I'm walking back to my apartment and then doing more work. And I need to email one of my committee members because he still has yet to respond to one of my emails, and he's back from vacation now, so I just probably got lost in all of his other emails. I am just waiting for the bus because I got to a certain point and I was like, I am too tired and might as well just wait for the bus to get here. I've already walked like 8,000 steps and everything. And I'll show here all the snacks I've had so far. The big thing was the boba, where I kind of just had to guess because this was a local place. And then I had a Lara bar because I eat those all the time. I know I'm super sweaty. I also smelly, but I am home. I've got my seltzer water, so I already drank 32 ounces of water early today. I've drunk like half of my other like 32 ounces, so I guess 16, but I'm not counting it until I finish the water bottle. And then the coconut water, because fluids are good for you. Finally sent an email to my committee member, but by the time I finished actually writing up the email, it was like 4:45, so I'm gonna wait until tomorrow morning to actually like send it out. I have it scheduled and everything. I feel kind of just lazy now. Not as bad as the last time I got stood up, but still, yeah. And this one, yeah, I know you gotta kiss a lot of frogs, and I'm not even looking for anything serious. But God, it does make it feel like there's something wrong with me. Let's see how this goes, and hopefully this is an okay size for me to use. I'm gonna have to watch this because, whoops. So it's getting better, but it's still a big chunk. And the thing is, I had like put this in the fridge to thaw out like this morning, and yeah, no, it's still a solid brick. So I'm just kind of like moving it around a bit so nothing burns. For a hot second I was worried about there being like a weird burn mold thing, and then I was like, oh no, wait, that is a bit of like the red onion that I had. Whoops. I have finally cooked my meal. So just the rice is underneath it. It's about half a cup. And the lentils, and then I added a little bit of nutritional yeast on there just to add some more vitamins, because just to make sure. And I mean, this is a pretty like filling dish, and it's got rice, beans, and lentils, so it's pretty high in both fiber and protein, which is pretty good. Well, it's been a day. God, I don't even know right now. Frustrated a bit. I felt good today because I had a call with my advisor, which I didn't really show in there, but I met with him just like over the phone. It was frustrating on the fact that like Wi-Fi initially on campus was like really shoddy, and I was having problems with my laptop like connecting, and I was able to talk with my advisor. We were able to go over things because I'm nervous about my defense, but we were talking about it, and so I have a better idea of what's going to happen, and hopefully like he keeps on reassuring me that like he will not let me go into this defense without being prepared and without being like, I will be in a good spot. Like I will pass when I go and defend. It's still just so nerve-wracking. And apparently he's like, yeah, the like period of time when you leave the room and they have the discussion and they kind of say their piece also ends up being a point where sometimes they forget that there's a student there, and it's just like, oh gosh. I'm worried about that. But like, yeah, it just hits so hard because like there was an incident last year where somebody did not initially pass, and that has just kind of sat in everybody's brain since then. And like this week we'd had 2 people defend, and so we talked over what we thought went well and what we thought didn't go well with those presentations. We had similar critiques, honestly. The biggest thing for one of them was that while it made sense because he was setting up a lot, he was making these protocols, so like that's a big thing. He spent so much time focused on that instead of like results. So his bigger claim was like the protocols that he set up. And then the other guy had, his defense was really background heavy. And it wasn't until the very end after, because he'd shown all these results and they were great results, but he had not until the very end kind of combined everything together to be like, this is why we were doing this. I've gone to enough defenses to kind of get a good idea of not everything going on, and I'm not saying mine's going to be perfect, but like I can sit in on these presentations nowadays and be like, okay, it's this or that, and pick things that it's like, well, this was done really well, I could follow along. And like the thing is with these presentations, I've seen a lot of their research before. They are 2 of my relatively close colleagues. Their advisor is on my committee, and actually the professor I'm going to be working with next semester. And I've sat in on their talks since like 2022. But yeah, it's interesting just in talking with them and watching their presentations. Well, my sister texted me earlier today about like asking how the meeting went. I think the big thing is she was trying to figure out what my defense was, and I'm like, can't give you anything definitive. I think that with my committee meeting, if I show up and I'm like, these are the chapters I already have completed, like at least I have a rough draft of it, I think that is going to help a lot. So I think in the next week, and I can do this, I know I can, I'm gonna try to write like 2 full chapters and just start making the plots as I go. I think the problem I've had in so many instances is I will write stuff, then make the plot, and then like, or be like, oh, I have to make all these plots all at once, and I'm like, okay, no, just take it one plot literally at a time. So yeah, and I will acknowledge with one of the things, pretty much I already have all the plots, so I don't need to worry about that. That's going to be the big thing with this one, is I already have all of the plots ready to go, so no worries there. I'm about to go to bed. As y'all can see, I stayed at a calorie deficit. I didn't get all the water I probably should have today, but overall pretty happy. And then also, if I keep up with this calorie deficit, which I don't think I'll keep up with that specific amount, but still calorie deficit, I will be in a pretty good spot in like 5 weeks. I mean, I notice a lot of fluctuation with my weight, and I think a big portion of that is just due to water retention in some things, and I have had some not harder, but I've had worse symptoms than others with the Nexplanon, the arm implant. I'm not using that as an excuse for why I'm not doing this, but it's the reasoning for why I do see this fluctuation. I have seen more consistently going down since I've been tracking more often, but like, yeah, I need to take a lot of things with a grain of salt. And also I need to get more into the habit, like I've mentioned before, about eating foods that are just like very filling but low calorie, so that I'm not just relying on myself to like walk. As y'all see, I still eat in a deficit, but a big thing that I do a lot of the times is like a lot of walking to kind of counteract it, which again, walking, good for me. Cardio, great for me, but just because I know I have had problems with injuries before, that being able to not rely solely on that is a good thing. And of course, once I get down to my preferred weight, which is in about the 160s. But once I get down to that, it's less hard on my knees, and I just generally feel more comfortable. So it's nothing absolutely crazy for the weight I'm at. I'm not trying to get super like low, and I know that just with my body shape, I can get down to like 145, and I have, but it's not sustainable. And so like I'll always be in the like overweight category for BMI, but my big thing is work to get down some of the weight, and then I'll probably gain it again, but more in muscle. But who knows? I haven't been doing a lot of the weight training that I used to do, just due to a number of things. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.